first graders, happy Wednesday. Today I thought I would tell you a little bit about my cello. Cello is a stringed instrument, and you might have heard of a violin or a viola or a stand-up bass. Cello is one of the bigger instruments. It's not quite as big as a bass, but it's so big I can't quite put it on my shoulder like people who play the violin or viola. I have to have it on the ground and rest it against my body like this. Now the cello has a couple different parts you might find interesting. It of course has its strings. When the strings vibrate, that's how the cello makes sound. There is a high-pitched string, the A. Then there's the D, G, and C. Now, we use the fingerboard here, this black part, to make different sounds. So I can play the G here, an open string, or I can put my finger on the fingerboard on the C string and play a G. Like that. I could do the same thing with A. So there are a couple different ways you can play each note on a cello. It just depends on where your fingers are on the fingerboard. Up here, we have our big tuning pegs. So when I turn these pegs, they change how tight the string is, and that affects how high or low the sound is. Now down here, I have some smaller tuning pegs. Here, I'll try and get it closer without bumping anything. There are some smaller tuning pegs right here, and I use those most often. This is called the bridge. It's what holds the strings up off of the body of the cello. And this here I keep on my cello. It's called a mute. So sometimes you want to sound loud and powerful with the cello, and sometimes you would want to sound a little softer, and that's when you would use a mute. Now, I started playing cello when I was in 5th grade. In a few years, you might have the opportunity to learn how to play a band or an orchestra instrument. I highly recommend the cello. So I started in 5th grade. I played all the way through school, all the way through high school. I took some lessons in high school. And then when I was in college, I played in my college's orchestra as well. And that was a super fun experience. If you ever get a chance to play in an orchestra, first graders, I bet you would love it. So sometimes cellists play in an orchestra, a big group of people, and a lot of times cellos kind of play rhythmic lines, so like something like that while other strings are playing. Sometimes cellos get to play the melody, like if you've ever seen the movie Pirates of the Caribbean, there's a cello solo in that at the beginning. Something like that. I haven't played for a long time. I'm a little rusty, first graders. But that would be a cello solo then. I'm going to play something really short and sweet for you today. It's something that I learned in high school and continued to practice as I went through. But I hope you like it, and I hope you liked hearing a little bit about the cello. Enjoyed that. Like I said, I'm still a little rusty, but let's move on to our morning note.
Dear first graders, today is Wednesday. We are going to talk about how to be an active participant in a discussion today. I hope these are some ideas you can use when you talk to your family at home. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Love, Mrs. Baker. Remember, if you are able to go on Seesaw, please go on and make corrections to this note.
Like I said, today we are going to be talking about some strategies you can use to be an active participant in a discussion. The first strategy is listen to others.
When you listen to others, you want to make sure you are looking at them with your eyes and you are really listening to what they are saying. You can also show them that you are listening by turning your body and facing them while they are talking. The next strategy is use a sentence starter. To show somebody that you're listening to what they're saying and to continue a discussion, you can use sentence starters. Some examples are, I agree because, or I disagree because. You might also say, why do you think that? Or can you tell me more about? Or you could say, I have a different opinion. Here's what I think. Those are all different ways that you can start sentences to continue the discussion, to add on to what somebody else has said. The next strategy is wait your turn to speak. A discussion is more than one person sharing their ideas about a topic, talking about a topic. Of course, you want to share what you think, but it's really important that you let the other person finish what they are saying before you share your thoughts. That's the polite way to have a discussion. Let's review. Listen to others. Use a sentence starter. Wait your turn to speak. I hope those are strategies you are already using or strategies you can start practicing with your family at home. Make sure you're really listening to others. Use sentence starters and wait for the other person to finish what they are saying before you speak. Have a great rest of your day, first graders.